With plans revealed and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Touching on her upcoming return to pro wrestling, former WWE star Crystal Marshall told the Velvet Ropes, "I am so excited about all of it. You know, my family is from Barbados. I'm a first-generation American. I am a dual citizen. So, you know, the show that I'm going to be a part of is in Barbados. So it's like a huge homecoming of a sort, you know? It's a beautiful place, and it's an opportunity for wrestling to expand in the heart of the Caribbean. So it's an honor, and I'm super excited for you guys to see it and to support it and watch it grow." Speaking about his recent fall at an airport, WWE Hall of Famer Ted DiBiase said this on his Everybody's Got a Pod podcast. "It wasn't a bump that I intended to take. I was hustling through the Atlanta airport, and as I was getting to the gate, there were some kids there, and they were playing around, kids being kids. I'm walking and I can't describe how it happened, but one of them fell right in front of me and I had no choice. I did a face bump and went down. My glasses were a little affected by it. I went down hard, buddy. The gate attendant came to me. I got a little bit of a black eye. The rest of it is on my right side. I had it checked out. I didn't break anything, but I have had a broken rib before. Even though there is nothing broken, I got a really good bruise. It's so sore." As ILIA Dragunov is set for a return to WWE after being out of action with an ACL injury since September of last year, Bodyslam.net reported that there has been internal discussion about a possible program between ILIA Dragunov and Rusev on WWE programming in the near future. While nothing is finalized, the idea has been floated around as a way to reintroduce Dragunov to TV. After a Raw segment involving Stephanie Vaquer was cancelled, a reason for this was given by Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. "She has a minor injury. That's the situation. I was told by WWE that it's a minor thing. It's nothing to worry about, and she's gonna be doing matches going forward. It came right from the company. They weren't certain about the severity of the injury on Monday. I heard about it on Tuesday. I asked after she wasn't there, what's going on? And they just said, minor injury, she's gonna be on the pay-per-view most likely. And obviously, whatever happened, she got cleared for next week's NXT, and that's the deal." Asked if he or other wrestlers receive royalty checks for WWE content on Peacock, former commentator for the company Jim Ross noted on his Grilling JR podcast, "No, I do not." Okay, so what are we going to do? Sue them? No, of course not. Get a good lawyer and cause a calamity? No. I've always believed that with every company I've worked for, I've gotten smarter in how I negotiate. Barry Bloom has educated me, and my agent has educated me a lot in that area. You're always looking for ways to secure new money, create new money, take advantage of new opportunities, because you never know how long something is going to last. But I think, in fairness, across all this, major AEW and WWE, I think they've created ways for talent to make extra cash and accumulate more funds, which is extremely motivational, and I think the talents appreciate the new income and work harder to earn more of it. So it's a pretty cool deal. For details on the lawsuit over Bubba the Love Sponge's Hulk Hogan documentary, Ringside News said the legal battle over Video Killed the Radio Star just escalated hard. In a new filing this week, Bubba the Love Sponge's legal team fired back at the lawsuit brought by Nick Balea and Terry McCoy, calling the entire case against him unsustainable and demanding it be thrown out. The lawsuit, filed last week on behalf of the estate of Hulk Hogan, Terry Balea, accused Bubba, real name Todd Clem, of violating a previous settlement agreement, infringing on copyrights, and using trademarks without permission. The case stems from the controversial documentary centered on the Hulk Hogan sex tape scandal, which was screened in Tampa last Friday despite legal threats and a temporary restraining order from the court. Now, Clem is pushing back hard. In a response filed Tuesday, his legal team called the TRO legally invalid. Last week's TRO is legally and constitutionally unsustainable. One of the biggest points of contention is whether Bollea and McCoy even have the legal authority to file the suit in the first place. Clem's attorney argue no estate has been opened or any personal representatives named, and therefore Nick Bollea and Terry McCoy lack the authority to seek injunctive relief. The response also made it clear that Clem is not the producer of the film. According to the filing, the documentary is entirely controlled and distributed by Waltz Films, a company that is not named in the lawsuit. Clem is only a subject in the doc and made a content license agreement with Waltz Films to promote the documentary. Clem's legal team accused the plaintiffs of targeting him on purpose to bypass fair use protections and drag him into a lawsuit he has no business being in. By purposefully bypassing Waltz Films and instead targeting Clem, plaintiffs secured sweeping early injunctive relief, contrary to well-established fair use law, and also subjected Clem to senseless litigation. This tactic is improper. They also argue Clem has no involvement in the actual production process. Clem has no creative control, no ownership interest, no distribution rights, and no exhibition rights for the documentary. On the accusation that Clem violated a 2012 settlement agreement, his team isn't backing down. They say any statements made about Hogan's health or death were fair game. Clem's statements were truthful and newsworthy. As for the film's overall message, the response insisted Hogan is not the focal point. This is a documentary about Clem, not Bollea. Bollea was a party necessary to explain the overall historical narrative, but he is not the subject of the documentary film itself. Clem's legal team is now asking the court to dissolve the TRO, dismiss the lawsuit entirely, and award them legal fees. They've also requested an expedited hearing before September 12th if the current TRO isn't thrown out, and are pushing for the court to allow the film to proceed under fair use law if the case drags on. This saga is far from over, but Bubba the Love Sponge has made it clear he's not rolling over. When it comes to details on the WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, Ringside News wrote that if you thought WWE was planning to hold 2 WrestleManias in 2027, think again. Despite speculation and previous reports suggesting WWE was toying with the idea of doubling up, the reality is now clear. WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia will be the only WrestleMania that year. After speculation that WWE might stage a second Mania to keep one in North America, PW Insider indicated that the Saudi show is it. It's not a side brand event. It's not a spin-off. This is the WrestleMania. The move cements Saudi Arabia as the center of WWE's global plans in 2027. There had been talk that WWE was exploring the idea of running 2 WrestleManias in 1 year, but that's no longer in play. Those discussions have been dropped, and the company is fully focused on delivering one massive event in the Middle East. The branding also won't carry a regional twist. There's no special Saudi edition label or separate identity. It's just WrestleMania, the same as if it were in Los Angeles or Philadelphia, only this time it's going down in the Middle East, backed by some of the biggest money ever thrown at a wrestling event. With Saudi Arabia's 300th anniversary celebration as the backdrop and plans already forming to bring legends back for mega money appearances, this WrestleMania is shaping up to be unlike anything fans have ever seen. Dave Meltzer added on Wrestling Observer Radio, they're putting up an incredible amount of money, a ridiculous amount of money, and the idea is to present the most star-studded show ever by far. Anyone, money's no object. Any name you can imagine, obviously, they're going to be after. They have matches that they want, and they're working really, really hard to get. Even though it's a couple of years, I don't know if they're going to be able to get them, but they're going to spend a lot of money to get what they want. want, obviously. Yes, we're talking about anyone coming out of retirement, anyone with big name value. If they want to do it, they'll be able to get a lot of money for this show. That's what they want. Neither Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels nor Rock versus Austin are matches I've heard specifically, but I would presume all of those people will be contacted, and if they want to do it, even if it's just for the payday, they'll be able to do it. Going over a missing wrestler, Ringside News wrote that independent wrestler Robert Martyr has gone missing after he posted a very alarming tweet, and now his family is unsure about his whereabouts and is requesting help. Indie wrestler Robert Martyr took to Twitter and wrote a very concerning message, saying it's been real and that he can no longer handle the pain, adding that he hoped he meant something to others. It's been real, I cannot handle the pain anymore. I genuinely hope I meant something. Shortly afterwards, Robert's sister posted on his account explaining that the family is aware of the message but does not know his current whereabouts. She asked anyone who has seen or heard from him in the past few hours to call 911 or 407-489-5253. Hello, this is Robert's sister. We are aware of the post that was made from him. At this time, we are unsure of his whereabouts. If anyone has seen or heard from him in the past few hours after the post was made, please call either 911 or 407-489-5253. Another wrestler also urged fans for help. He asked anyone in Florida to look for Robert Martyr, noting that he is missing, does not have his phone, and may be in danger. Anyone in Florida, anyone at all, please look for Robert Martyr. He is currently missing and without his phone. We believe he is in danger. Last year, Robert Martyr was involved in a very serious car accident, but thankfully, he didn't lose his life. So this heartbreaking situation shows the importance of mental health support and checking in on those who may be struggling. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.